Hey, welcome to IOTG, the show that keeps you informed, inspired, and in the know. So, I'm ending my segments today on this beautiful Sunday. Well, the sun just came out. We're going to go through some performances. This is Tyla over here dancing. She gets a lot of hate lately. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then also, we're going to end with Missy Elliott. I guess she just performed at Coachella. And I didn't even know she was going to be performing at Coachella. But I consider Missy Elliott still one of the greatest female rappers of all time. I don't care what nobody says in terms of creativity, overall, and entertainment value. It has to be her. You could go argue with somebody if you want to. I don't care about all these other stats. When it comes to that, she was one of the few to do the best. But this must be a new dance that they're doing. So let's go ahead and check this out real quick. See, this is why I like people don't dance anymore. People don't dance anymore. And this is, I love this. Like they had a little cute dance to it. They over here dancing and stuff. This is how it's supposed to look. You know what I mean? Like have fun. Like this is why people always say, we don't see you at the club. We don't see you going out. You're not. I'm not going to be there. There's no point for me to go. Why would I want to go when everybody's on their phone? Everybody's, talking bad about each other. Everybody is got some tea. Everybody's being, mean to each other and things of that nature. And, I don't have time for it. It's just like, who wants to be involved in something like this? Like if we're not going to have fun, if we're not going to treat people with respect, if we're not going to do things to better us overall, then why do it in the first place? You know what I mean? So I got to give it to Tyla, on this. I mean, like, people want to be entertained. She has good music, and that's what she's doing. So let's go read some of the comments on this one. This is posted by the Shade Room. One of the few times the Shade Room posts something that's not overly controversial or with some drama in it. Um, Kenda says, unpopular opinion, people hate on her because she's pretty and small. Kiss the Gorgeous, y'all hate on her because she's so beautiful and tiny yet curvy. She's legit perfect. T Cooper Beauty, they look like they're having so much fun. I just said that. Sir Rudy, it's time for Africa. Vivo Glam Nana, her body is so T. Barry Boop, I love how she dances. Ask Auntie Jillian, just being young and having fun. Love to see it. Need for Speed, they just posted things, whatever. Stefan, the makeup artist. One thing about South Africa is they're going to get down. Speaking on whatever. Why don't y'all like her again? Jealousy? Cause she's fire. The Jasmine Rawls. One thing Tyler's going to eat up is a dance, but her clothes always rip. So yeah, it just goes to show you that, we just need to bring this back to having fun and dancing and stuff. Like this is why I go to like the African clubs and the Latin clubs. It's because this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get something like this. You know what I mean? Hold on. Yeah, I'm making tea and everything. I'm really trying to get like back super healthy. Super taking care of myself. But I mean, this is what it's about. It's about like having fun and enjoying your life and everything. And people just don't realize. I mean, this is what it's about. Just having fun. But let's get into Missy Elliott. This was also posted by the Shade Room. Again, they're posting something positive. So we're going to go through this video and see what all happened here and why she's getting so much rave reviews from her Coachella performance. If the internet hurry up. So Plush God said Missy pulled up to Coachella as a effing transformer, please, when we talk about creativity, being a legend and a great something performer, don't you ever question when we say Missy Misdemeanor Elliott is at the top of the list. Missy Elliott is just going hit after hit on the Coachella main stage. Some of these songs are almost 30 years old. It's official. A lot of these new artists are not making hits, just temporary sounds. The set design to the outfit changes, like Missy Elliott is that girl and still putting in better shows than these girls. I mean, Missy Elliott, let's keep it strictly 100 with you. If it comes down to straight performances and it comes down to creativity, back then, this was, I would say, the 90s and 2000s. I'm going back. I would have to say Missy Elliott was definitely at the top of the list, hands down. It was her and Eve. Eve was up there. Eve was, she doing she did the talk, the those TV show, and she married the billionaire. She glowed up. Now that's a glow up right there. Is Eve, like she really did that. But if you want to talk about the top two at that time, it was Missy Elliott, Eve. Little Kim was up there. Little Kim was pretty. That's a pretty girl. Mm-mm. That's a pretty girl. And for her to destroy her beauty like that because of what people in the industry were saying about her, knowing people that kind of know her in the background, people was like, you got to be lighter, you have to be this, you have to be that. So that's why her skin is a lot lighter. I mean, she didn't have to change anything about her. Like people are trying to look like how she used to look, tanning her skin. I mean, she had her body was one of the greatest. Like it was just sad that that's what happened to her. It's really sad because Little Kim was Little Kim. Um, yeah, Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah wasn't like she was big as a rapper, but not like that. She was more big in more of the TV show realm. And then you had like the other ones, everybody else there. Foxy Brown, she was there for a little bit or whatever. So it was just here and there. But the three that was the big mainstays, definitely Little Kim, definitely Missy Elliott, and definitely Eve. Everybody else was just to be there. I hate to say it that way, but they were. But when it came to the overall, even with today's female rappers, you have Cardi B, you have Nicki Minaj, you have Megan Thee Stallion, you have all them. I still say overall, Missy Elliott is still the better one. I said when you go look at everybody's videos. I mean, Missy Elliott's Get Your Freak On video, creative. Working with Timbaland, creative. She didn't have to talk about, her ass and titties all day. She didn't have to talk about stuff like that. She can actually rap. She actually had creativity. She actually can dance. A lot of people don't dance these days. So I'm like, the artists of today, just overall in general, are just not at the peak as what they used to be. I think it started dying around like 2000, around 2018 is when I seen a really big shift. It actually started dying around 2000, and to be honest about it, it actually started really dying around 2006. There was only a few artists that was getting any radio play or doing anything creative. That's where you have the birth of Beyonce, you have the birth of Rihanna, you had the birth of Lady Gaga, you had all these people. But it didn't really start. I mean, it really died around that time. And then around 2018 and whatever, that's when music just kind of really tanked. And so now everybody kind of sound the same. We got all this drug, gun violence, trap music, and things of that nature. And it's just I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just the entertainment. Even all the remakes with movies right now. They're remaking The Devil's Wear Prada. They're remaking. Uh, what was it? It was another movie that they were remaking. Then they're doing all live actions for Disney. So some live actions are good. I think The Lion King is the one that's overdone the most. It was just overdone. I was like, okay, you guys. I did like the new one with Mufasa. I did like that. I thought that was dope. But the other one when they redid the original Lion King, I was like, it's just overdone. I said, we've seen the live action. You got it on play. You got it on video. We get it. It's a little overdone. But I think everything's like a prequel or a sequel, especially with horror movies. Um, and it's just, I think the entertainment industry is just running out of ideas. And if they're not running out of ideas, then they're not letting other people with new ideas come into the market, which is also a problem that I've been hearing from people that know in the industry. So I think that right now we just need a fresh new start, fresh new creativity, and we need some new directors, some new actors. We need new everything. But when it comes down to Missy Elliott, I just want to say congratulations to her on that because man, that Missy Elliott was still to me my favorite female rap artist of all time. But let's go to the comments before I end this segment. So this was posted by the Shade Room. The Shade Room says from outer worldly and futuristic visuals to her legendary outfit changes and her most iconic songs. Missy put on a show that folks will never forget. In fact, social users on X are still going up about her sets. And then Missy Elliott, I'm humbly grateful. Jay Triplet, Missy definitely needs her Super Bowl. Yeah, she definitely needs a Super Bowl performance. I am Whitney Nicole. Listen, her concert was one of the best concerts I've been to. Entertained the entire time. Kitty Monroe. I mean, are y'all serious? Missy's been here. Been her. Clutch throwback. Missy is an icon of the greatest to ever do it. Brown skin Miss. Her concert production is top tier. You just have to be there. It's indescribable. And then this is just a glimpse of how far that concert was. Like, yeah, Missy is she's on a different level. People get mad at all they want. When it came down to creativity or who won, even the men I knew, they was like, if they even the men was like, yeah, I'll bump Missy. They would bump Missy, they would even bump little Eve, but some of them really didn't bump Little Kim. They was like, yeah, she cute for, having the tight outfits on and yeah, she can spit and everything, but I'm not gonna be bumping it in my car with the fellas. I mean, it's just the way it is. I've heard conversations like that from plenty of guys, but they'll bump Missy. I know guys that don't bump Cardi. I know guys that don't bump Nicki Minaj. This is more masculine, straight acting males. The homosexual ones, they will play Cardi and Nicki, but the other ones, they don't know. They're not playing that. And some of them don't really play Megan Thee Stallion either. They're just, I mean, the only ones I've ever seen the guys bump. Oh, I've seen them bump MC Light. MC Light was hard. And the song was Cold Rocker Party. That was one of my favorite songs by her. Actually, that is my favorite song by her. So yeah, it's just, music just, I think we need to get back to like entertaining, dancing, things of nature. This is what this segment was mostly about. Just getting back to the basics and stuff. This is why K-pop was so big right now. They pretty much took the 90s genre of music. And what they did with the 90s genre of music is that they went over and they just reduplicated, and the Asians are doing it. And this is why they are some of the biggest right now, because you see all the influences from Black creators. So yeah, I think that right now we need to figure out a way to get back to the basics. And this is funny, that lame crowd at Coachella doesn't deserve Missy Elliott. They don't. But that's also another thing. I talked about that in another segment. I think that a lot of people at these parties and at these events are just bland. Everybody on their cell phone. Everybody can't dance. Everybody's trying to be seen, or they don't want to look crazy or stupid. I'm just like, just have fun. Who cares? So yeah, this is going to end the segment today. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to be a guest on a future episode, please let me know. You can always DM me, and have a great day. Talk to you soon.